Hey guys, welcome back to Brainiac Workshop. This will be the 13th terminal lesson in our series, and this shall be the end of our basic stuff and going into the more complicated aspects. And starting from the previous, like I mentioned in the previous one, that we will be going in depth, and starting from that very moment, from the previous video, we're also going to be going as in depth in this one. So try to keep up. If you do have any comments or questions, please leave them in the description. In the comment section below. Alright, so today's lesson is going to be on the climactic and the very important making an executable. Now, you may have seen executables if you delve deep into this into the Macintosh, into your computer, and you might have seen something that it's like a gray square as like a picture, and then there's like an exe in green in the corner of that gray square. And so basically we're going to learn how to make our own, and it's really simple. It's extremely easy to do. And to start off, we're going to do the most important thing that we'll have to do is cd desktop to change your directory to the desktop. That's the first step. The next thing that we have to do is we want to make a nano file, a text edit file, as a place where you can start to form your commands. So to make our text edit file, you do nano, and you call it whatever you want to call it. I'll call it program. So remember, first cd desktop to get it to get your directory to the desktop, and then make a text edit file within terminal and start working from there. So these are the first two steps to making your executable. Now, in the text edit file, you're going to start making your actual individual commands. Now, every command is going to be separated by a line. So you're not going to have, like, say hello, and then you want it to say something else, and then you say hello, say bye. You don't want it to be like that. You always want it to separate each individual command by a line. So we'd say you say hello, and then you do say bye. Just like that. So, the first command I want to do is say, hello, how are you? And then, I wanted to open Safari. I want to open iTunes. And then I want it to I want to convert my desktop to my screensaver, so then I would go through the whole thing, the whole file path, which is again /system /library /frameworks .screensaver .frameworks. Let me see, I don't remember it fully. /system /library frameworks screensaver.framework resources screensaver engine .app /contents /Mac OS /screensaver engine -background and yeah, right there. So then, yeah, that should be it. Screen receiver. Yep. Okay, so that's it. And then I wanted to be like, say, computer will shut off at 10. And then I'll be like, okay, so then you do the whole sudo shutdown, which you may remember. Sudo shutdown -h, 10 o'clock. I remember it's in military time. So, I mean, not 10 o'clock, sorry, 10 hours. What am I saying? And then, yeah, that's it. And then at the end of your command, or at the end of your program, you write done. And that'll finish it off. Now, to keep in mind, this whole thing is also known as a shell. A shell is a running process, or a system of commands that create whatever you want it to do, that do what you want it to do. So in this case, we want it to say hello, open Safari, open iTunes, make my screensaver my desktop, tell it that it's going to shut off at 10, and then sudo shut it down at 10 o'clock in the morning, or 10 hours, sorry. And that's really it. And then you write done at the end. You don't always have to do it, but it's always the best way, so then you know, and you should always do it and make it a habit to do it. So that's really it. I'm just going to X out. Now you hit enter, and Control X, yes, enter. And there it is, program. But again, it's a text edit file, so this is not really going to be very much help. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually make it into the executable, the single command. And this is when it's going to go a little in depth and it may go a little more different than usual. So the command to convert it into an executable is chmod plus X and the name of the program, which is and the name of what it is. So and it's called program. So okay, now the Y. What does this mean? What is chmod Y plus why the X? Chmod means to change mode, and chmod, and you can literally see it, ch being change, mod being mode. So chmod means to change mode, and when changing the mode of the file. So you can have in generic, chmod has many generic forms. One of them is chmod dash lowercase f, which means to change the mode of the file without showing any error diagnostics if there was an error represented. Another one is chmod dash uppercase R, which means that it'll change the roots of the file, but it won't change the entire file. So that's really generically what it can do. But what is it in the end? The chmod is converting it into one of two forms. One is known as absolute mode, and one is known as symbolic mode. Absolute mode is a mode characterized by the sum of one or more bit numbers. Now this may seem a little complicated, so please bear with me. So first of all, a bit number, or even a bit, is like the smallest aspect of a file. Each individual bit number has a specific role, or does a specific action. For example, a bit number, one bit number that exists is 0100. And that bit number, what it does is that it allows the file, it makes the file only it basically tells the owner that the owner is the only person who can execute that file. So the file can be only executed by the owner. A file can have more than one bit number. So again, absolute mode is characterized by the sum of one or more bit numbers. That's important. A file can have more than one bit number. There are many bit numbers out there. There are actually about 12 different bit numbers in this case. And it's the smallest aspect of a file, and each bit number has its individual role. So for example, you can combine different bit numbers. So if you have the bit number of 0040, which is one of the 12 bit numbers, this bit number allows the group members on your computer allows them to read the file. You can also use the bit number 0100, which again, remember, the file can be only executed by the owner. Now, when you use them together, you can basically what it's saying that group members can read the file, but the owner can only execute the file. Quite interesting. Now, you can there are a bunch of other again 10 more different bit numbers that you can use to bring them together, and each of these different combinations really characterize a file. So using the same example, the name of the absolute mode, in this case using the 0040 and the 0100, is the actual name of that absolute mode is 140, because again, it's expressed by 140, just like that. You can even see it. You can even see it like this. Here, I'll write it. It's 1 100, and also 40. And you'll find it written like this in the manual too. So, and when you add them together, you get 140, and it's really just like that. It's so again, absolutely, because the reason why it's 140 again, I'm going to say this again, is because 40 and 100, and it's characterized by the sum of both of the bit numbers, that are all there. That's what it's characterized by, the sum of the bit numbers. And that's what absolute mode really is.